right, good morning, guys. We are going to do indicator 28 today. And indicator 28 is all about inequalities, okay? So look at the learning target. I can write an inequality that represents a real world or mathematical problem. I can represent solutions to inequalities on a number line. So I'm going to do the first part of the learning target. In the first video, I'm going to break indicator 28 into two different videos. So the first one, I am going to show you how to write an inequality from a sentence and how to graph an inequality. And in the second video, I'm going to show you how to solve and graph inequalities, okay? So again, we've already done this, earlier on in this unit as to what is an inequality. So an inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions, and then you have these signs. So this sign, which actually is what? It is saying it is less than another number. If I say x is less than 8. So this is less than, so x is less than something, or x is fewer than 8. So this signifies less than, okay? Greater than, if I write x, is greater than 10. Okay, so that means it's greater than or it is more than. So I'm just showing you the numbers over there just to give you an idea as to what we're talking about. All right. Then if I write over here, x is less than or equal to, because that line over here means or equal to 5. So if I write this, it basically means it's less than or equal to, is at most. So I need you to figure that in your head so you don't confuse is at most and is at least. So just if I think of at most, I would like you to underline the M in the most, which basically is going to stand for maximum amount is going to be that number. Okay, so if at most, that means maximum is going to be 5, and then everything else is going to be less than that. And this is like, this term is used a lot and you've got to know this. For example, if I say cruise ship can carry at most 2,500 passengers. So that means maximum amount is going to be 2,500. If you keep putting more people on that cruise ship, it is going to sink. Okay. Same thing with an airplane. If I say at most the airplane can have is 500 passengers, and you put 515, that plane is not flying anywhere. Okay. So at most is the maximum amount that something is. Okay, so please remember that. And so, or you can also say it's no more than. So it cannot be any more than 5. So that means 5 is the maximum it will go. Everything under that is going to be part of that solution. So please remember this, okay? And then the last one, if I say x is greater than or equal to 11. Okay, so now it is going to be greater than or equal to 11. And now here, like if this was at most, this means it will be at least 11, at least. So when I'm saying least, you want to triple underline the L so that you know that this is going to be the lowest amount. Okay, and then anything higher than that, but it is definitely included. So for example, think of it this way. You all been to theme parks, okay? And if I say you have to be at least 5 feet to ride this roller coaster, okay, guess what? If you are not 5 feet or higher, If you are less than 5 feet, if you are 4 feet, you're going to be flying off that roller coaster somewhere where you don't want to, and you're going to get seriously hurt, okay? So if it's saying at least 5 feet, you have to be 5 feet or greater than that in order to ride that roller coaster safely. Don't try to ride it if you are less than 5 feet. It will not go well for you, okay? So that is why you say at least, okay? You can also say is no less than. So no less than. Okay, so that means that is going to be the lowest amount. So I just want you to think of these vocabulary words when we are solving these problems that I have written out over here, and we are going to write them into our inequality statements right now. Okay, so always I ask that you use 3 different colors, because that always helps you to solve things properly. So I will remove this now because I just want to explain what these were. Okay, here we go. Let me remove this part. All right, so now here are our questions, and we are going to break it apart into 3 different parts, just like we did in an equation. But in an equation, we had used an equal to sign. And we knew that if I have is, or I have the same as, or if it says equals, that's where I'm putting the equal to sign. But over here, we have the key terms which are telling us it's an inequality. So again, use your 3 different highlighters or 3 different markers or 3 different colored pencils for you to organize that sentence into 3 different areas, so you know as to which part goes where. Okay, so let me use these 3 colors. And if I say a number C, so C, okay, is less than, okay, so is less than 4. It's less than 4. So here are my 3 parts, okay? So I can write it out as an inequality. I'm going to write a number C, okay? It is less than, so that means anything else is greater than that. So C is less than, and here's 4. So C is less than 4. And here is my inequality written out. So right now, first let me just show you how to write the inequalities, then I'll show you how to graph this in a minute. Okay? Now, let's look at this one. A number K plus 5. A number K plus 5 is greater than or equal to. So is greater than or equal to. So this is that part of the sentence. Okay? 8. So if I'm writing this, I'm writing K plus 5. So K plus 5 is greater than or equal to. So that means this inequality. Okay? Then 8. So here is my inequality written out for this one. Okay? Then the next one, 4 times a number Q is at most 16. Remember what I said? At most means the maximum amount is going to be 16. But 16 is included. All right? So 4 times a number Q is at most 16. All right? So if I'm writing, and remember what we talked about multiplying, when you're multiplying, you don't have to write 4 times Q. All you need to do is write the coefficient and the variable, because the coefficient always comes before the variable. So if I write 4Q, that actually means 4 times Q. So you don't have to put the multiplication sign in the middle. Please remember that, okay? So 4 times the number Q is going to be 4Q is at most, that maximum it's going to be 16. So at most means this is not just less than, maximum means this, that means 16 is included. So that is why I have this. Okay, so 4Q is at most 16, and that is my inequality. Maximum it can be is 16. 16 is greater than and equal to 4Q. Okay, so the next one, it's saying a number T is no more than 7. If I'm saying no more than 7, that means 7 is the maximum and it is included. So no more than 7, that means the number is less than or equal to 7. So maximum is 7, okay? So a number T, okay, is no more than 7. So see how I'm organizing it into 3 different parts, so I know exactly how to write out that inequality. So I'm going to write over here, T is definitely going to be no more than, that means this is going to be less than or equal to 7. Okay, so now let's look at this one. The difference of a number p and 3. So the difference of a number p and 3 is at least. So is at least. So the minimum, lowest amount is 10. Okay, so the lowest amount in this case is 10 because it's at least 10. So minimum amount or the lowest amount is going to be 10. Okay, so if I'm saying a difference means what? Subtraction. All right, so difference of a number p and 3. So p minus 3, and we said at least 10, so that means minimum is 10. That means this is going to be greater than or equal to 10. And remember, 10 is the lowest amount because it said at least 10. So 10 or higher, okay? And so this is going to be 10 or higher over here, okay? 1/4 of a number x is greater than 2. So 1/4 of a number x is greater than 2. Okay, so 1/4 of a number x, all you do is 1/4 of a number means multiplication. We've done that before. So 1/4 x. Please don't put the x in the denominator. Okay, that means something totally different. That means 1 divided by 4x. Okay, this is 1/4 of x, so you're going to write it over here. Again, you don't have to write times x because 1/4 is your coefficient. So you will write 1/4 x. Okay, this is greater than 2. So 1/4 x is greater than 2. So there is my answer for that one. Okay. The next one is saying twice a number p is fewer than 7. Okay, so twice a number p is fewer than 7. Okay, so if I'm saying twice a number p, we've talked about all the multiplication terms, and twice means 2 times a number. So if I'm saying twice a number p, that means 2p. Please don't write 2 times p because the coefficient comes before the variable. Do not put the multiplication sign for any reason. Okay, so you just write twice this. So 2p means twice a number p, 2 times p. Okay, is fewer than. So this is going to be less than, because fewer than, that's what it means, 7. Okay, so this is how we write an inequality from the number sentences, from the word sentences that are given to us. Okay, now I'm going to show you how you graph this. Okay, so let me go ahead and erase this. Oh, and that red is making some mark over here. Okay, let me just do this. And let's say that you are supposed to graph, well, let's just say graphing of an inequality. It basically shows all the solutions of that inequality on the number line. Okay. An open circle is used when a number is not a solution, and a closed circle is used when a number is a solution. And an arrow to the left or right shows that the graph continues in that direction. So when I say that, this is what it means. Okay, let's say I give you graph G is greater than 2. Or it could have also been written like this. Here's G, which is greater than 2. Okay, but 2 is less than that. So it could be written either way. Okay, when this is written out like this and you're asked to graph this inequality, any graphing is going to take place on a number line. Okay, so I'm going to make a number line. And we know that on the left of the number line, we have, well, let's do the right first. Right is all positive numbers. And the left is all negative numbers. And again, 0 is your reflection area from where both sides are reflected off, like in a mirror. Okay? So now, if it is saying G is greater than 2, before you do anything, now I know if it said G is equal to 2, then I would just plot on 2. But now it's saying G is greater than 2. So before you plot anything, I am warning you, if you don't do this, you are going to make mistakes and your graph is going to go in the wrong direction if you do not do this step I'm about to show you. Okay? So the first thing you need to do is, if I'm saying G is greater than 2, what number closest to 2 is greater than that? So then if I'm saying 1, I'm like, wait a minute, 1 is not greater than 2. 1 is less than 2. So for greater than 2, I would have 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are all the numbers that are greater than 2. So I can write that over here. Just put it over here so you know what greater than 2 means. And then check it out. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes. Is 4 greater than 2? Yes. 5 greater than 2? Yes. Same thing here. Even though the 2 is written this side, this basically means G is greater than 2. So because 2 is less. So 3, 4, 5 could have been written like this. Okay, so once you have written that out, you know that I'm looking at numbers over here. Is 2 included in that inequality? No, because if 2 was included, it would have had a line under it. Okay, because that means an inequality where 2 is less than or equal to. But we don't have that. We just have it saying less than 2. So when it is not included, you are going to make an open circle. Open circle. Okay, so I'm going to go to 2 and I am going to make an open circle like this. All right, don't color it in or it will be completely wrong. Okay, so it's an open circle because there's nothing inside that circle. And then you're looking at, okay, all these numbers are going to be greater than 2, which are a solution. okay? Because numbers to the left of 2 are not a solution, but numbers to the right of 2 are correct. Okay, so always check. I said yes, 3 is greater, 4 is greater, or 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 2, 5 is greater than 2. So guess what? I'm going to take my arrow, and from here I will start from 2 like this, and I will make an arrow going like this. Okay, that means that every number to the right of 2 is a solution to this inequality. Because if I say, and it's a line, that means it is going on in an infinite manner. So if I say 5,000, is 5,000 greater than 2? Yes. So this is going continuously. So every number to the right of 2 is a solution to this inequality. Okay? Let me show you one. Let's say graph h is less than equal to 5. Okay, h is less than or equal to 5. So first thing you need to do is figure out what could h be. Okay, if I start putting values over here, and if I say 6, if h is 6, 6 is not less than 5, 6 is not equal to 5. So that's not going to work. Okay, but if I put, what about 4? Is 4 less than 5? Yes. Is 3 less than 5? Yes. Is 2 less than 5? Yes. But you also got to see one more thing. In this one, you also have or equal to 5. So because or equal to 5 is there, 5 is included in this. So it's going to be 5 or less than 5. So if I think of it, anything less than 5, now remember what I told you on the number line. If I have a number line like this, our numbers to the right are greater than numbers to the left. So if I'm saying it's less than, guess where it's going? It's going in the left direction. Okay? If it is greater than, it's going to the right direction. And that's the thing about a number line. Okay? So let's go graph this. And I am just going to go ahead and, okay, let's just say I'm going to start here, 0. And I know to the left I have negative numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, pay attention to what I'm about to do. Okay? I said that this one, 5, is included. Okay? So when a number is included, is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, then I have a closed circle. Then I have a closed circle. So now you understand as to why I was telling you earlier that do not color completely in, because that would have become a closed circle. So now in this case, we have to go to 5, got to make a circle. But now look what I'm about to do to this circle. I am going to color it completely in because 5 is part of the problem and it is included in that inequality. So I close that circle. That means I fully color it in. And then I take all these numbers to the left of 5. So if I take my arrow and I go like this, every number to the left of 5 is going to be a solution. Now please don't make that this line going hanging in space. Please put it on the number line like this. And you should be able to look at a graph and tell me what it represents. Like over here, I can easily see that any number that I'm taking, it could have a variable for it. You can say x, y, doesn't matter, h is going to be less than, but 5 is also included. So less than or equal to 5 just by looking at this graph. Okay, so that is graphing inequalities. We use it in everyday life. We use this in everyday life. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example because literally you have this all the time. An airplane can carry no more than 500 passengers. If I have something like that, I'm relating this to the real world situation, okay? So if I say airplane cannot carry any more than 500 passengers, and you have to write an inequality for that, and then you have to graph it. So let's say this is my airplane. Maximum it can carry is 500 because that's what I said, 500 passengers. Okay. So my inequality would be the number of people that can be carried by this airplane are either less than 500 or equal to 500, because I said at most 500, or that's the maximum amount it can carry. All right, so the airplane can carry at most 500 passengers. Think about it in your head. If I have 510 passengers, that plane is going to not take off from the runway because it's going to be heavier than what the capacity is. Okay, so if I have this and if I have to plot this, all I do is I take my number line like this. Okay, and I can just put 500 over here, and I can go by hundreds, it doesn't matter, or you can just do 499, 490, whatever. So whatever interval you're taking, make sure that all intervals are the same. Okay, if you're writing 500 and then on the left of that 499, 498, that is fine. Okay, so think about what is less than 500. Less than 500 and equal to 500 would be 500. Less than that would be 400 or 499. You can test on any number like this. And then since 500 is included, I am going to make a closed circle on 500. And everything less than that is going to be correct as my solution to the inequality. And the line, the arrow tells me that it is going to the left. There are several solutions all the way here. Okay, so this is related to the real world. Again, a roller coaster. Let's say the maximum weight can be 300 pounds. So, stuff like that. So then you know that 300 or less. Okay, so that this roller coaster can carry. Or you should be at least 4 feet to ride a roller coaster. That means you better be more than 4 feet or more. So think about it, what you're doing, and put values on your inequality that you're writing out so that you know what the variable represents, so that you make sure that your arrow is going in the correct direction and whether you're having an open circle or a closed circle. All right, so this concludes our first part of this video, and next I'm going to show you how to solve inequalities and to graph it. All right, see you in a little bit.